are tuned in to Melanin Voices. This is your girl, Michelle.
This is Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing.
Woo woo. Let's get started today, Mariah.
Okay, girl. So, Melanin Mondays, y'all. We're going to start incorporating Melanin Mondays and kind of tell you all what we've seen recently in the media. So, anyways, we wanted to start with a perfect intro for our hot button topic a little bit later in the segment. But it is Chris Brown and Karrueche. And yeah, Michelle, you're the one that texted this over to me, so you got to explain.
Okay, I do. Okay, so we figured that we need to hit I guess we're going to call this Melanin Media. And I think it's important that we need to know what's going on in today's media world, I guess. Because, you know, it does have an effect on us. So today I was scrolling down my Instagram and I happened to see something that goes perfectly with our topic, which is Karrueche Tran, which is former girlfriend to Chris Brown, if you don't know, has filed a restraining order against Chris Brown because Chris Brown threatened to supposedly kill her. So, I just wanted to talk about it with Mariah to see what she thought, and what do we see as being love nowadays? We see everything through the media first, and we've seen some of our couples that, maybe some of us had looked up to and set goals to a long time ago. And now that we see that Karrueche is putting a restraining order on Chris Brown. So, Mariah, what do you think about what's going on with that?
I thought it was interesting that a lot of people were denying it. A lot of people are saying, yeah, so that's not true because, she's crazy. How could that be true? And just making a lot of excuses for him, and basically just saying that she just making some ploy to, I guess, become a larger socialite or whatever the case was. And I thought that was very weird or strange because I feel like a lot of times when that happens in abusive relationships, a lot of people can blame the victim for certain things. I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me how everybody was just jumping to conclusions and they didn't even know what was going on. They just automatically just start jumping on his side.
Right. And I think that what we need to realize is that there are two sides to a story, and it's funny how with media that we get this, we on her side, we on his side, and we have to pick sides between a story that we know nothing about. Like, we don't know the insides of what happened with Chris Brown, what happened to Karrueche. All we're going to do is we're going to judge the way, the way the media puts it out there. So our topic today is on love, lust, or both. And when I seen that this was happening between Chris Brown and Karrueche, it made me question about what really was their relationship. And when I say both, sometimes I'm wondering, can it be crazy as well? Because love, lust, both, or crazy. Because I don't know if love makes you crazy, if lust makes you crazy, if it's, what happens with those three, and how do we really determine between what we see on the media and then how we portray ourselves, and when we go forth and finding our love, or figuring out who we're going to lust for and who we're going to maybe go further with, things like that. So what you think, Mariah?
Anyways, but yeah, I just think that, it's just really weird. I think the definitions of what love and lust is just really, I guess, different for everyone. So that kind of can, I guess, taint things. I think there's like a common denominator. So you have to kind of be real with yourself and see, is this really love, or am I really like just holding on to this because of an infatuation that I have with them?
Right. So our questions for today, and I know Mariah had this great story that I had no idea about. Sad Bay, I guess, was something that was trending on Twitter.
It wasn't Sad Bay. It was It was Stranded Bay.
Okay, my bad. Stranded
Not funny,
Bay, I
but yeah.
guess. Okay, so Stranded Bay was, I guess, trending on Twitter just this recent Valentine's Day. And this girl posted like this whole long story about, you know, her being stranded, her relationship with this dude that she met. And then basically we see the same thing through media takeout as we see with Karrueche and Chris Brown. We see people putting both of their stories out there, and then we see people mimicking the relationship. We see people picking sides for who was right and who was wrong. And I don't know how I feel about really putting it out there, putting stuff like that out there into the media and having people basically make their own assumptions about what happened between their relationship. So Mariah, do you want to talk more about that? Because I didn't know too much about it.
So basically the Stranded Bay hashtag was going around. I wish I could kind of go more in depth. If you don't know what it is, I mean, there's two sides to every story. Like you were just saying, Michelle was saying, there's two sides to every story. So the girl's side of the story was she met this guy on Twitter. They started liking each other a lot. And since they liked each other a lot, they decided to meet up in person. And she didn't feel any sense of like not doing this because she really thought that he really liked her. The guy even got like a t-shirt with her face on it. Like she thought he was really about her. So when she went to go visit him, she thought nothing of it. And then she was leaving. There was like a lot of loops in her story, and then his side of the story kind of paired those loops together. But anyway, she was leaving. Okay, she was leaving and she decided to, I guess, stay. And she was asking him to come pick her up from the airport. And he said, okay, I'm on my way. And hours went by, he hadn't came. She decided to check his Snapchat, and he was out with his friends. These are the same friends she was trying to contact to tell them, hey, I'm trying to get in contact with your friend. He's not answering. And he was out with them. Then she also seen on his Snapchat that he was out with some other girl, and like just kind of this big thing. So she decided to meet him up at his house. And when she got to his house, he wasn't answering the door. The cops were called. It was a really big scene. He says the situation was, you know, he thought she was cool. He flew out for Valentine's Day, whatever the case was. While she was there, he thought she was cool, whatever, but it was time for her to go. And on her way leaving, the girl found out that she was being evicted. So she wanted to stay, and he wasn't cool with her staying with him due to her being evicted. And so when she called him and texted him about, staying there, and then she contacted his mom and his friends and his family, all his family members, he was like, she's crazy. I'm definitely not going to get her now. Like, there's no way. So when she came to his friend's house, he was actually in another room with another girl having sex, he said. And as she was knocking on the door, he was like, oh my gosh, she's super crazy. Like, what's going on? And so I guess the girl didn't have enough money to pay for the taxi cab. So his friend came outside to pay for the taxi, and as his friend was doing that, he was inside calling the cops on her. Cops were called, authorities were called, and she had to leave.
Sad. I don't know. I don't know idea what to take from that, honestly. I don't understand why she put it on her Twitter for the world to know neither, because she's put herself, one, in a messed up situation where it's embarrassing. Okay, like, plus one, I don't know, ladies, I don't know how many of you have met a dude on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and he flew you out to see him, or vice versa. Usually it's the dude flying the girl out. I don't know too many dudes that, girls that's flying dudes out or anything like that. But hey, I don't know. But I just don't understand this big scene. Mariah, I don't get it. Like, why do you think people are so into posting their problems or their craziness on social media, especially when it comes down to someone that she probably loved or truly cared about, and he might have let her down, or maybe she was doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't even know. For her, she was saying that there was like a lot of talk between their friends and stuff about how she was crazy, that there was like group messages and stuff. So she was like, let me say the real story. That's why she said she did it. I guess to defend her name. But as far as me, I don't think that is I personally wouldn't want to put my relationship business out there. A lot of people that I deal with, no one even knows about. So I just think that is very, not to be like keeping a relationship a secret, but to keep certain things to yourself. So if I'm like,
move in silence with your relationship, because you just never know. I hate people.
Know.
You know what I really hate is when, don't act like y'all didn't do it. Y'all fall in love with y'all's dude. We see pictures. We know y'all been together for years, and y'all always off and on. And then when y'all off, you want to cuss him out on social media. You want to say, "Oh, this is over. We're done. Engagement's over." Like, and then the next week, you're posting pictures with him talking about, "Can nobody stop us?" Just stop.
Nobody's trying to stop you. You need to stop.
You're stopping yourself. Stop getting validation from people on the internet. Stop going to social media. Stop going to Twitter and Facebook to get validation for your relationship or what you're doing. Trust me, people want to see you fail. Okay? So stop putting out, everything. And stop using that as a coping strategy. Because I understand, what, people do use Twitter and Facebook as a coping strategy because they want to voice out maybe how they feel, which is fine sometimes. But then there's sometimes where it's like, you know what? Sometimes it's good just to maybe type it out in the status box and delete it. Because sometimes we just need to get it off our chest. So my recommendation would be to get a notebook, put a Twitter bird on the front if that makes you happy, to make it feel like you're tweeting yourself. But keep that emotional, depressing relationship stuff, especially if you get back with someone, off the internet. Just keep it off the internet.
Sure.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I just went in, but I don't care. I'm over it. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of it. Stop loving your dude one week and hating him the next. We get it. Y'all off and on. We get it.
No, I feel you. I agree with Michelle. I feel like a lot of times you need to deal and cope with things so you can do that. And sometimes you be like, so for me, most times I'm like really best friends with the guy that I'm dating. Obviously, you want to be best friends with him. So when I'm in, out with him, I'm like, damn, I can't even call my best friend right now. God dang, because then my friends are tired of hearing about it, and I can't even call him and talk about it because I'm mad at him. So, like Michelle says, I just trying to be very zen. I meditate, or I either write it down, like I pencil it out, like I just journal it, like you were saying, because I don't want anyone else to know my business, because people can not even intentionally try to use it against you, but they be like in their head like, dang, weren't you just talking about this? Like, y'all back together again? Like, you know what I mean? Like Michelle was saying, people can get very exhausted with hearing that. So I just feel like you can keep those think pieces to yourself and pencil it down, and you can always reference it again, like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and see what was wrong in this case or how it's feeling. But you can't, once you put it out there for the world to see, you can't take it back.
No, you can't take it back. And I'm sorry, Mariah, but I see majority females doing this. And it's funny because we be talking stuff, because I don't want to cuss, we be talking stuff about our dudes on the internet, expecting the dude to see the status and be like, oh yeah, babe, I'm sorry. I'm a bad dude. I'm a dog. Like, you just dogged your dude on the internet, and then you expect him to call you the next day and fix it? No, you're just making the situation worse. Write him a letter. How about we go back to middle school and we all just write letters, and you know what? Just slide him a letter that you wrote or something. Don't put him out on the internet if you still gonna be having intercourse with this dude, still messing with this dude. Just keep it to yourself. I know it's hard, but we gotta lean off this depressing social media, because I do feel like it is making us into, it's almost like a bad drug. Like, we're using social media as a gateway drug to our problems, and I just don't think it's a good coping strategy for us in the future in general. So there goes my rant on love on social media, and I feel bad for Stranded Bay. I feel bad for Stranded Bay, but I don't. So there goes that.
Right. So stop it. But anyways, yeah, Our questions was, how do you define love? How do you define love, Michelle?
I define love as a commitment, as consistent commitment. I think consistency is very important. Someone who truly cares about you, and consistently checks on you and is committed to you. So, and love can mean, and I'm not even talking about love from like me and another relationship. I'm talking about love as like the love that my father gives me, or the love from my family members, because I know that, one, they're committed to me, two, they're consistent. I'm not going to go mad long without speaking to like my parents or something, and everyone doesn't have that same relationship with their parents, but there is some kind of commitment there where you know that that person's going to be there for you if things are not going as well. So I do think, so I guess my three things: love is consistent, commitment, and caring. So it's a caring, committed, consistent relationship. There's my three. Yeah. So that's what love means to me. What about you, Mariah? What's love to you?
I think love to me is definitely consistency. I definitely think that, I was just talking about this earlier on Twitter. But yes, I think that love is definitely about consistency. As you were saying, you have to consistently show up, for anything in life that you want to work. You have to show up for it, and you have to be consistent with it. So like you said, some people don't talk to their parents or loved ones all the time, but that person consistently shows up for them when it's needed. I need you here, I need you in this area of my life, and they consistently do it. Or at least try to make an effort to. I probably can't give you this $100 every time you need it, but I'm going to try to help you with ways to go get that $100, or whatever the case may be. Like you were saying, commitment to just helping them and being that, I guess, that guidance, that growth for them that they may need in life. And then, as you said, caring. I think caring is a good one too. But yeah, I was going to say affection, but caring is a good one as well. So.
Affection's a good one too. I mean, outside of affection.
People show affection different. People care different, and not always in terms of affection. So I guess caring is a better term, because everybody's very affectionate. So
that's true. Yeah, because affection is something. If that's hugs, if that's kisses, if that's a speech that someone gives you about how much they care about you, then that also could be a sign of affection as well. So there are different signs of affection. That's true. Right. So what's your definition of lust, Mariah?
My definition of lust is, I actually read Michelle's article that she has for this. You can check our website. She's going to have it listed. But I was reading her article and I was like, dang, that makes sense. But my definition of lust is like, when you're just infatuated, like you just see only them for their physical being. You may like them in other ways, like, oh, I like the way he thinks like this. I like the way he, but usually you're just really just attracted to their sexual appeal or what you can get from them physically. Not trying to get more interested in who they are as a person. It's not kind of something that's heavy on your mind. You're most likely to just care about their physical. That's what I think lust is. If when you're not even concerned, or not even concerned, but really connected to trying to get to know them more as a person and see them grow, you're more so connected with trying to get to know them physically. That's what lust is for me.
Agreed. It's a fantasy almost. It's almost like a quick, I think lust is like a drug, because it gets you high, right? It gets you high for 30 minutes, maybe, right? And it comes down, and it goes away, and you don't really get to know it. You just love it in the moment, and it feels good in the moment. So I do think lust is like this heavy physical drug and this boost of adrenaline that you get outside of the gym, right? It's a boost of stimulation that you get from this individual that makes you feel good temporarily, or maybe whenever you're on E, I say, when you're on E, you get this person to fill you back up. But guess what? Just like gas, we go, it's just, it goes up, it goes down. It's not consistent. Your tank ain't always on full, like if you were in love, right? Because when you're in love, I feel like your tank is full all the time. And even if you are going on to eat, someone's there to fill it up. You don't gotta go to, you don't gotta drive around and find it. So I do think lust is definitely physical, just like you said, Mariah. So I agree completely.
Absolutely. I think so, for sure. I think that many times you can get lust confused for love, because you're like, I'm always thinking about them though. I'm always thinking about them. But how are you thinking about them? Are you thinking about them sexually? Are you thinking about, like, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about your future together? Like, what are the things you're thinking about? If it's mostly sexual things or physical things, then maybe you're not in love as you think you are. But maybe that's why. But,
That's true.
Moving
or both.
on.
What about both?
Or both.
Can you have both? Can you have both?
I think you... No.
Really? Okay, tell me more.
I think that you think...
Why can't you have both?
Okay. Let's see. Why can you not have both things? I think you can definitely be in love, and it can encompass, like, lustful feelings. Like, I want to, see, every time I see my man, I want to, like, jump his bones or whatever the case is. But it's not just that, though. It goes beyond that. Like, okay, after that, what are y'all going to do? Like, are we planning for our future? Are we, like, on the same page mentally and spiritually? Like, are we more than just, okay, we're done. All right, I'm going to see you next time. Like, I don't know if you can have both. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think, Michelle?
I do think you can have both. I think love, I don't know. It depends. I do think you can have both in the aspect of having it sometimes, but not all the time. So I do feel like you're in this high. You can be in this high in your relationship, and you are loving each other, but you're lusting each other. And I do think that could be considered the honeymoon stage when it's both. But I do feel like we do lose that as we get more... like I talked about that consistency aspect of love, and when you do have that consistency, things do get, I don't know, it's like the same thing. Maybe you're getting in a routine, things like that. So maybe sometimes you do lose that less aspect, but then again, as you go on, you can reach back to that honeymoon stage where you are loving and lusting on each other. So I do believe that you can have both, but they simultaneously happen throughout your relationship. I don't think you have it all the time. And I do feel like when couples maybe get divorced, or maybe the dude cheats, the woman cheats, in some aspect of that relationship, in between that, either someone was loving someone more and someone's lusting more than the other person, and they were never on the same body wave. And I think that's what happens as men and women. And that's just my own theory on it, is that, we do have different body waves where, like I said, I think I said it before, women at a younger age are not as lustful in the beginning. I mean, like, at a younger age as we are when we get in our, like, 30s and 40s. It's like later you see, like, there's a lot of cougars who are, like, out trying to get these young boys, and then there's men who are at their, like, prime stage, and they're just, like, want to, lust all the time. So I do believe that, love and lust, it happens simultaneously, and when you do get on that wavelength, it is a great feeling when you're both, loving and lusting or whatever. That's my little theory on it.
Okay, I didn't think of it that way at first. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Well, as always, you guys, tell us what you think. Just let us know. Write us in to our email and our Twitter, or whatever the case is, or our comment section. Let us know what you guys think that is. But our next one is, would you pursue someone you met online, and why? So would you try to further a relationship with someone you met online?
I feel like I had already ranted a lot about this in the beginning, but, I'm not a big fan of online relationships, but I have had a few friends who go through the dating app who are in successful, happy relationships. So, hey, if that communication works for you, then yes, pursue that. But for me, would I pursue someone I met online? Most likely not. Only because of security.
Because she's married.
I'm too dang scared.
Because
because I'm married, my bad. But, yeah, it's just like I would not pursue anyone online. It's just I would be scared that they would catfish me or something. Like, do you look like your picture? And if you don't look like your picture, I might pass out when I meet you. I might say something cruel or, you know, cuss you out or something. I might not take that very well. So I'd rather just not take that risk. What about you, Mariah? What about you?
It's 2017. You cannot get catfished out here. There's FaceTime, there's Skype, there's Ubu, there's so many. If y'all don't stop getting catfished, dang. But would I do it? Have I done it in the past? Yes, I actually have.
What?
People online.
Oh, okay.
But like Twitter and Instagram are the number one dating sites for me. Just kidding, they're probably not. But I haven't I haven't initially sought out people. Like I don't have I don't have a Tinder. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I don't have a Tinder or whatever those dating apps are. So I don't initially like go out and be like, I'm about to just find somebody. But as Joe Gotti would say, it goes down in the DMs. So
it goes down in your DMs, Mariah. Ain't nobody else's DMs.
Shut up.
So,
she swears.
Okay.
She swears. She swears. Anyways, so I've had I initially have only talked to somebody once, and did it work out? We're still cool to this day, but
you was less than.
I believe it was less, just because we don't live in the same state, so there's that. But have I done?
Don't get like Stranded Bay.
I didn't do Stranded Bay. I actually visited him, so
okay,
it's a long story. It worked out, and it just didn't work out further because he's in another state and I'm here, and we have no. I feel like the only way long distance. That's a whole other topic, but I feel like the only way long distance relationships can work is if you're willing to communicate via phone. He was like a talk on the phone person, and me, when I'm with someone, I have to talk on the phone with you. I'm not texting you all day. That's stupid. Dumb.
Right.
Not doing it. And another reason why it didn't work for our situation as well is because I feel like if you're long distance, there needs to be a plan. When are we gonna be in the same state together? So in 2 or 3 years when you get this job, or 2 or 3 years when you're done with school, we're going to move to this state together, or we're going to move where you're at, or you're going to move where I'm at, or we're going to choose a state to move together. But we can't just like be long distance forever and just think that's going to work, because that's never going to work.
That's true. We definitely, like, that just got me, like, we have to do an episode on that, because I'm in a successful long distance relationship that resulted to marriage. So we can definitely I think we should definitely do a topic on long distance relationships, and like what long distance relationship, like what do you need to be successful in a long distance relationship? Because I know the hard part of being in a long distance relationship and then compromising. If you guys are really willing to both make it work, especially as adults, you definitely can make it happen. But I definitely think that's a good topic. I want to talk about it more, but no, I'll save it for later. We should. But yeah, that's what I think. As Michelle said, she thinks that, it's per situation. But do you think that they can be successful? So if you find somebody online, you're like, okay, this is cool, we're meeting each other back and forth, and is really like one another, do you think that relationship can blossom into something else? I do. I think if people are, if communication is key, and if you have been consistent, like I said, if you're consistent and you're committed and you are showing that you care about that individual and you're doing it through online, or you're planning to consistently see each other, or if that's via Skype, if that's via in person, if that's dates, anything like that, I do believe that can be successful. As long as there's those 3 key things, I believe that you can have a successful relationship. What about you, Mariah? What do you think?
I think so too. I think that if you're both willing to make it work, just willing to make it work. This person told me the other day, I was like, never mind, I'm not gonna tell Michelle. She's like, because you got so many people talking to you. But anyways,
flaunt that. What you talking about?
No, no one likes me,
y'all. Listening to Melanin Voices, you need to pop in her DMs, give us a little feedback, and
shoot your shot. But no, recently I was like, that can't work out. Like, I know you're from Denver, so your family's here. Like, you would visit here often, you know what I mean? But you're going to be going back to California. He was like, well, you kind of work for things that you want. So if I really wanted it to work out, it could work out. You know that, right? Like, It's all about what you put your time and effort into. So if I want to put my time and effort into this, then I will. So yeah. So like Michelle said, it can be successful. I think it can be successful if you're willing to be consistent and truthful with one another of how you feel like this relationship is going to be headed. So yeah, it can work out. But yes, let's hop on over to Snapchat combos to see what everybody else was thinking about this.
Okay.
So, like we said, our first question was, how do you define love and lust? So that'll be my first one that I go into detail about, and people would thought about what they thought love and lust were. Whew. Anyways, it's a lot, but let's see. So I got a lot of feedback from girls, as per usual. But from Brittany Geyer, she stated that love is feelings that come after time, after you're seeing someone's actions and their character. And she described lust as being, it's what she feels right away when she's attracted to someone.
I feel like you need that first, though. I need that attraction.
Definitely.
First. So I kind of agree with her, but then I don't, because I feel like you have to have, to me, I think you have to have that initial, like, pull, like, that energy first. But
of course.
Yeah, I agree. Kind
of. I guess I agree with that, too, because I'm like, that's when you first meet somebody, you're like, okay, I lust for you. But then, like, she was saying, like, after time, is it going to be love, or what is it going to be? Like, are we going to still be connected after I see your actions and your true character? Am I still going to be like about you? And that's kind of where that love comes into play. But yeah. And so our second question was, would you pursue someone you met online? And yeah, so anyway, I got this from Claudia J. But she was saying, yes, she would pursue somebody if it eventually got to being offline. So it wouldn't just be like, okay, we're meeting online, that's it. But she was like, she's done it plenty of times for herself, and she's gone to healthy relationships from being online relationships. She just feels like you have to be more careful and really make sure the person is about being in a relationship with you. And you have to meet them as soon as possible. So you can't just be like 2-3 years into it and be, okay, let's go meet. It has to be like, as soon as you all have the opportunity to meet, she's like, that's where you need to be meeting. And she's like, make sure you guys are both on the same accord of a relationship. So that's, so yes, her question overall is yes, I would pursue someone online if these things were into play. And then, yeah, do you think relationships that being online can be successful? And yes, Claudia also stated that she thinks that they can be successful because online gives you more options to choose people. And if you just
check them off,
exactly. She was like, okay, like, check.
I like this.
Right? Exactly. So you already know what you're getting into, kind of, sort of, not really. But yeah, it gives you more space to interact with more people, is kind of what she was saying. So yes, she thinks they can be successful because it just gives you a bigger pool to date from. And also, it can be successful because after you found that person you're dating, you just kind of need to further it by being on the same accord with one another, just making sure that you all want the same thing out of relationship. That's how that can be successful.
Okay, that's true. So that was Mariah's Snapchat convo. So please continue to support that. We really appreciate you guys coming on and giving us what your feedback is. And I really want you guys to ask us questions via Facebook, on our online, things like that. I know this is the beginning, but your voices need to be heard on Melanin Voices. I'm just saying.
Definitely, like, email us.
Yeah. But to continue, let's do the Black Business of the Week. Woo woo. Right. How about you talk about the first one, and then I'll go into the second one.
Okay, perfect. So the first one is Curlbox. It's by Malik Tali. She's the founder of Curlbox, and basically what Curlbox is it sends you all these products of curly hair products. So if you're a natural and you're transition, whatever, it sends you like a lot of curly hair products that you're probably interested in trying. It has brands such as Miss Chicks, As I Am, Mill Organics, pretty much all the natural hair products you've seen in the stores, the Curl Box gives to you every month. It gives you a select 4 or 5, actually, some of them are actually big bottles. So it's not just like a little sample size. It's actually a big bottle that you can use for your hair and just see if the products work for you, because I'm sure you're tired of being a product junkie, going to the stores and you're like, this doesn't even work for me. I bought this thing for $15 and this doesn't even work for me. I don't even know why I bought this, and it's a waste of money. With your Curl Box, you're paying $20 solid a month, and you can see which products work for you. So by the end of maybe 4 or 5 months, you're like, okay, I see these products work for me. I don't need to keep buying this box anymore. I know these products work for me. I'm going to discontinue my subscription, and from here I can decide to go to the store and just get these products because they work for my hair perfectly. But yeah, I thought about the Curl Box because when I was in Dallas visiting my friend, she had all these hair products. I'm like, damn, you spent all this money on these products? And she was like, no. I had the Curl Box, seen that I like these products, and so from there, I'm still trying to use all these products that I got from Curl Box. I just can't keep up with all the stuff that I had got, so I had to, cancel my subscription. But it was helpful for her because she had all these products to use, and they were working well. And she spent probably like she probably spent like $60 of products for like over the products that she had were probably over $130, $140 for like $60. So pretty affordable.
That's crazy. We're gonna have to put that. We're gonna put the Curl Box thing on the website. So if you guys are interested in maybe subscribing or getting Curl Box, and we'll put a post up, and so you guys can look more into it, which I think
definitely.
is a great idea. Also want to shout out Tyresa. She has also a new line of art. I did hit her up and say, we want to post. We want to bring more. We need to really support each other. And I seen what she's doing, and it's beautiful. Like, her art is amazing. So if you guys really want to look into it, Tyresa is very hands-on. She has jackets. She has
shirts.
She has picture frames that she's posted. Like, it's everything, and it's stylish, and it's beautiful, and it's all melanin, which I love. So if you want to connect with her, she's at Molita, I think that's how you say it, Creatives. Yes. So it's MOLITTA Creatives on Insta, and also she's _queened. That's queened, QUEENED by nature on Insta as well. And she started this about 2 years ago, and it launched December 1st, 2016. So you guys, please go out and support her, because that's what we do on Melanin Voices. We support each other in all that we do, especially our creatives. So shout out to Ty for letting us put her out there, and she's definitely one of our Black Business of the Week. Hopefully we can have her on here, and she can talk more about her inspiration and things like that.
Absolutely. I agree. Cool. But, so Michelle, you guys, is going to be coming into town soon, which I'm so excited. So you can actually do a podcast together in the same room for the first time ever.
I definitely think we should I'm even considering us, like, hopefully we can put a camera up and we could do a video.
That'd be
cute. We can actually see our personalities. I know they hear our voices all the time, but let's put more of our personalities and our faces to it.
I'll bring my camera.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. So I will be out there March 3rd through the 12th, which is plenty of time for us to really, set this up a little live. Well, not live, but, a video.
We could go live, too, if y'all want us to. Go live on Instagram if y'all want us to. But, yeah, we're going to do a video.
Right. Cool. So, thank you guys for tuning in. This, on Love, Lust, or Both. Remember that this is Mariah and I's opinions, and don't take it serious. We love to hear you guys' voices as well.
No, take it serious. I'm just kidding now. Don't take it to heart. We
all have our own opinions, but at the end of the day, if you want to look into your signs, if you're lusting a little bit too much, go on to www.bustle, which is BUSTLE.com, and I'm going to also post an article online. So if you find yourself not knowing between if you're loving or you're lusting, this article is awesome, and you can always go on and just check those little signs. I know y'all be on Google checking y'all symptoms, and lust is one of them symptoms that you need to check or if you're loving, you need to check too. So
Right.
I'm guaranteed that this article is a good one. And check us out on melaninvoices.com. Also our SoundCloud and our YouTube. Subscribe.
And our Twitter.
Subscribe. And Twitter. So support us as we support you. Thank you for tuning in. Any last minute words, Mariah?
Yes. We definitely want to do letters. We can write us in and we can like help you with some advice. Email us at www.melaninvoices1@gmail.com so we can, do something a little bit fun. Write us a letter for some advice so we can go ahead and give you our opinions on things. And yeah.
Yeah, and remember, this is getting put out to everyone, so your advice is going to be helpful for whoever may be listening in. So remember that as you're maybe writing into us. Cool.
Exactly.
All right. Cool. All right, we'll see you guys next week. We look forward to hearing from you.
Bye.
Peace.